Bam! Welcome to the show tonight. Pro Se Legal School. Yeah, we hanging out in the situation room tonight because we bringing some fire to the table. And this thing is kind of heavy. I think this is, I don't know, 22 or 49 or something. Yeah, my superhero kids are off doing superhero stuff. Actually, all my kids are superheroes. But this one got deployed, and so I got some toys to play with while I'm hanging out in the situation room. But I can't be messing up nothing near her. But I got some other stuff over there too. Hey, you guys, welcome to the stream tonight. Yeah, I got to hang out with my cousin Richard. He's also a military veteran, and he knows about the situation room and about pea shooters and stuff. Let me set that down a lot more careful than I set my table down that I got from my nieces last week, and I almost scratched it up. So, welcome, Heather. Welcome to the show. You're my number 2 fan, because I'm my number. Okay, never mind. Okay, you can be my number 1 fan. I'm gonna go sit on the bench for a minute while we do this. Thank you for coming to the stream tonight. So yeah, we're gonna let me take my hat off here because I'm not supposed to have that on if I'm inside. Yeah, my kids be keeping me intact with stuff. So we bring some fire to the table tonight, and we're going to be talking about updates to the Prosecutor Eliminator package. And we're going to review the goal of using the package, how to deploy it, and our strategies for making the government release your people from jail sooner than later. Yeah, I know that sounds like a lot. Yeah, but that ain't it. That we ain't done. And then we also going to talk about how to turn the heat up. How to turn the heat up on the asses. I want to pick up my pea shooter again, but I don't want to do that because it might it might send the wrong idea. That's not the kind of heat we're using, okay? We're going to be using some heat in court where you get to enjoy it without nobody shooting at you or even opposing you, because they can't oppose my stuff. I'm just telling you, and I'll tell you why. All of the stuff that we put together, that we file in state court, is the same thing we file in federal court. There's no difference between filing the higher court, supreme, and lower court. There's no difference. Oh, they don't like it, they whine or whatever, but they can't do a damn thing about it. Okay, but here's the problem. The problem is, they can't respond. State court fools can't respond to federal court case law. So at the gate, you just check their ass down. And, a lot of people don't even realize that. They'll file my stuff. Oh, well, they responded. They answered, whatever. No, they didn't answer to nothing. They just pulling the wool over your face. Because, number one, they can't answer to my shit. My shit's set up the way it is on the real for the real deal, not all this fake corporation crap and fake attorney have a license and lying and all of that shit. We ain't got nothing to do with any of that. So mine doesn't make sense. So we're going to talk about how we stop whether or not our goal here is to stop the plea hearing or to stop the sale or to stop the eviction. Now, I know y'all think, Coach, you're talking crazy. Okay. Now, if you get this right, those things will be stopped. But those things are shit that happen way down the stream. Here, we're addressing the shit that happened at the gate. Yep, at the gate. The reason why they're able to get you in the position you're in now, and the long and the short of it is, Because they drag your happy asses in their administrative court, and you thought you was in a judicial court. You listened to all them and believed all the attorney lies that you learned your whole life. And most people do. Until your ass gets caved up and you get dragged into their court, or until your loved one gets arrested, or until, I know. Yeah, I know this shit here because we lived it. I'm going to say we, my whole family. Now, this package here is going to allow you to punch the prosecutor in the face a whole bunch of times before they get the indictment process lined up and before they get whatever. We got some punchy documents and and so I'm just going to tell you again, one of the things that I tell people when they get in my program, my guarantee is that you're going to learn how to have fun. Yep, crush the state court process, get your lawsuit filed in federal court because that's where you're headed anyway. But if you don't crush the state court process, they're on the phone calling each other back, stalling, doing a bunch of stupid shit. Crush the state court process, get your lawsuit filed in federal court, and then demand serve everybody and do all that stuff. Y'all know, come on now. I don't have to go through that. And then demand that the federal court judge order their assholes to the settlement table. In the new lawsuit that I put together for this, everybody's got over there demand for trial. No, we got demand for a settlement conference. We coming out the gate selling the bottom line. That's how you do it. Come out the gate selling the bottom line. We learn how to sell the sizzle and not the steak. And so when you get to federal court, they haven't responded to nothing that you filed in state court. They can't. They can't unless they hire a federal attorney. And even if they did, they couldn't because it's all factual. Okay, so all right. So they can't. So in federal court, I be telling judge, you know what? Settlement conference. That's what I got on here. Because they couldn't respond to nothing that was filed in the other court. So they don't have no standing responding to that, And then people always say, but coach, judge, the judge is just going to. I know. I know the judge is going to ignore you. Well, maybe not if you got this stuck in the face. But you know what? Let's just go with it. I know the judge is going to ignore you. That's the beauty of this program. We learn how to cut to the chase. What I also know is that the judge is not going to provide a fact of findings or conclusions of law. Those are the two things that you need to have done in a judicial court hearing, ruling, screwing. Excuse me. Without a fact of findings and the conclusions of law, you have shit for an appeal. You can't appeal nothing. Oh, they'll lie to you. Oh, yeah. And they'll give you some forms and shit. Oh, they'll help you fill it out. We'll fill this out for you. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And you're just wasting your time. You're wasting your time with the appeal, and I'll tell you why. Because we're about to get to that. This is the fire part. Turn up the heat on the ass without having to pick up your shit over there. Or over there. Okay? We've learned, add in the Supreme Court, I don't care if it's federal or state, add in the Supreme Court to your lawsuit at the gate. Oh, it's fire. It's fire. Now, I don't believe in limiting myself and all of that shit. When you're a badass athlete or whatever, you don't run down there. So, we don't just stop with that. We add the Supreme Court to the shit at the gate. And the reason we do that is because the rules, the local court rules that they're going to use to screw you with if they're not already doing it, were structured by the Supreme Court. Oh, your appeal's looking good now. Oh, and in my opinion, because 3 or 4 weeks ago, we did a little thing on this, and in my opinion, those local rules are their RICO process. I mean, read that shit. The judges' canons, oh, they're supposed to do this and impartiality and all, whatever. They ain't doing none of that shit. As a matter of fact, they're doing totally the opposite. I mean, somebody comment if I ain't got, they're doing totally the opposite. And it's all RICO because it's an administrative court where they make up the rules at each location. That's what a local rule is. Oh. Maybe y'all ass need to be making up some new. And yeah, we doing that. So, the state court can't respond to nothing that we file, and I'm paused. I'm here because I have people tell me, oh, they responded this, they responded that. They responded with state court crap. Yeah. So these people didn't watch the updated instructional video because we go over this and whatever. You know, but so one of the things that, and so if you guys got your own, you made your own lawsuit or whatever, and they're laughing at you, add the Supreme Court to it. Because the rules that they're using to laugh at you is written by them, and they violate your due process. And then we see how much they won't laugh. Yeah, y'all do that, and then come back next week and let me know when you did that if you got any more respect than you were getting before. Okay. Ow. Okay, so this I want to share and teach everybody, all right? How to make them let your people out of the jail sooner than later. And I have a handful of people that invested in this package when I first put it together. I haven't really promoted it too much. I've been so busy with this other stuff. And all of those people, their people got released, and then they couldn't talk to me anymore. But they love me. But they just can't. We can't talk about that. And I'm down with that because I already know what happened. Yeah, they beat their ass with my stuff. And those people went and sat their happy ass down. And when they do that, they want you to sign a non-disclosure statement that you're not going to disclose any whatever. And you know, I've only had one person. Oh, I'm not signing because I want to get reviewed. No, dude, you gotta be an idiot here. Okay. The goal is the goal. Reviewing me is not the goal. Okay. The goal is the goal. So you do what you need to reach the goal. So what is the goal of the Prosecutor Eliminator package? So I had a couple people, that were new, and you know they were thinking, oh, we can stop the plea deal, we can stop the. No, the goal is to make them pay for what they put your people through. To make them pay for what they put them through. The goal is to sue them for the reason why they're able to do this shit to you. That was because they violated your due process, dragged you over in their administrative shit, and you didn't even know it. You thought you had some rights. You had the right to shut the hell up. Yeah, that's what they kept telling me, but I refused to shut up and then haul my ass out to jail, whatever. But you know what? It's all fine and dandy because it turned into something pretty damn cool right now because I sure like this job. Uh-huh. So what y'all need to be doing if you got people locked up is you need to be educating them on the phone. No, I'm not talking about your people. I'm talking about them fools who listen to the phone calls and listen to, all that. You need to be educating them people on the phone. Well, educating your people too. And you do that by learning, that the stuff in a lawsuit. Statutes and codes are not valid laws. They don't have enacting clauses. They don't have titles. They don't have bodies. Tell them that. Make little scripts. Read this shit in there. Okay, start out with your legal team is adding the Supreme Court to your $50 million lawsuit or $100 million. That part is in red, so the red shit you change to what you want. The rest of the stuff you leave it as it is, even if you don't understand it. Your legal team is putting this lawsuit together for you for $50 million, and they're adding the Supreme Court to the lawsuit because the Supreme Court rules are the ones they use to lock your ass up and do this shit to you. And in the new lawsuit that we put together for the Prosecutor Eliminator package, I'm still kind of tweaking it because it kept growing. We come in with fraudulent concealment. Fraudulent concealment is a legal doctrine, and we're suing them for fraudulent concealment. That's the first thing on the list. And then violation of 42 U.S.C. 1983, whatever. And then we're also suing them for violating the separation clause in the Constitution. And, this is fire. Should have been at the top. I like it at the end. And for violating Foreign Agent Registration Act. That's a federal law. Well, so are the other ones. Well, wait a minute. The fraudulent concealment is a legal doctrine. Now, this legal doctrine tolls the statute of limitations for anything. I looked it up. I found it because I was working on my girlfriend's stuff, and we didn't want to go in with Rule 60B bullshit. This tolls the statute of limitations. So I'm like, if it'll toll the statute of limitations, it should shut that shit down. In the new package, we have a motion to dismiss the shit or to strike it all because of fraudulent concealment. Now, so what is fraudulent concealment is when what is in court is fraudulently concealed. That pretty much means everything. You're in administrative court. You thought you was in, and they're all making money off of your ass and taking your shit. So we just this premium package is like, we have ADD. So we just so that's what we're going in with. And then the due process violation 42 U.S.C. 1980 separation clause. So, the police officers and the judge and the clerk, the clerk signs shit all the time. All the violation. And most people don't realize that the clerk's job is to protect the court's money. And then y'all ask to understand why the clerk, so they give you so much shit. If you make a mistake on your lawsuit and you need to change it, you do the supplemental pleading. You look up how to file an amendment down below that. It'll tell you what you need to learn to do a supplemental pleading. And just add the clerk. Because I guarantee the clerk done did something wrong. Yeah. So when your people call you, you start explaining to them what you're doing. Yep, we're going to be adding this. We're going to be adding that. Oh, right here it says a scheme to defraud. The separation powers in the political doctrine. And most of the time, after a week or two of this, well, usually after about a week, we change it up. Instead of you just reading the stuff in, you start telling your family member to have their people Google winincourtnow.com. Have them Google winincourtnow.com and get the same fire they need to kick these people's ass like he doing or her. And when they start hearing that shit on the thing, they're going to get on there too. And they're going to, oh. Well, ain't somebody stopped him. They tried 3 times, and don't make me get my shit. No, you know what? They tried 3 times, and I ain't worried about this shit or that shit. I whooped their ass in court. That's what I did the very first time. I got punched in the face a lot. I got punched all over. Yeah, but it's funny how it goes when you stop trusting dog-ass attorneys. Oh, shit changes. So that's how you do that. You can watch a couple of videos on and then when your people call, just tell them what's in the video. You don't even have to have a package. I'm just saying. I want people to come and tell me how that shit, you tell them in the freaking video that the legal team is about to add the Supreme Court to some shit, whatever, because the Supreme Court's the one that came, they get real mad. Y'all was here 3 or 4 weeks ago, and that dude couldn't, he was typing worse than I do in my freaking documents where he couldn't even tell me, I don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I shut his ass down, though, real quick. Okay, this ain't Facebook. Yeah, don't get me wrong. If you think I don't know what I'm talking about, bring it. But you better be able to put some shit on the table, okay? Because we ain't having that mouthy mouth shit and then go over there and hide in the corner. No. That shit's for Facebook. But not on my page. Because if you do that on my page, I don't make a damn commercial out of your ass anyway. So when you understand the strategy that we use, we're not trying to file nothing in court and get them to dismiss something or give us something. Yeah, we're suing all their asses. We're suing all of their asses. If you're in state court, sue their ass in federal court. If you're in federal court, sue their ass in state court. And then you add the federal Supreme because they're going after statutes and codes. And I have the case law in this document that outlines the fact that criminal jurisdiction is wholly taken from derived from the statute. See, Manchester versus Massachusetts, and it's from 1890. And then it also cites United States versus Flores. Criminal jurisdiction is wholly derived from the statutes and codes and non-violent laws. And I also have in this new lawsuit package against the prosecutor's ass, I also have verification that Title 18 was never ratified. It was never ratified, and it does not have an acting clause, a title, or a body. And Title 18 is pretty much, I think, what to use, what to be for all these drug crap. Title 18 has never been ratified. So if your man is locked up, or your friend, your woman, your whatever, for for a drug charge, more likely it's under Title 18, and Title 18 is never ratified. Now, it don't really matter because we already say right here, and I'm gonna copy and paste this right here, because this is some serious fire right here. See if it all goes through. Yep, the whole thing went through. Right there is the ting tang. Stop the criminal process. Right there. Criminal jurisdiction is bullshit. And right there is, the court that you're suing. I don't know if you guys can tell that I like my job. Yeah, I do. Title 18 was never ratified. Statutes and codes are not valid laws. Don't have enacting clauses, titles, or bodies. And and we also, the Foreign Agent Registration Act is a federal law, and it mandates of 1938. I think it's of 1938. You got to put that on there if you look this stuff up. If you don't put the year date, then you're going to pull up Cornell Law Library, watered down bullshit. I had a young man call me and ask me about that, and he couldn't find in what he was looking at where it was mandated that they do what I said they do. And so I told him that he's going to, if he didn't trust what I said, he was going to have to. I asked him how old he was. I'm like 60. I'm about to be 66. All right. So, yeah. I think I've been searching doing this a little longer than him. And I actually at a website, and I'm selling my stuff. Oh, yeah. There's a website going across the bottom of the screen there. And the only people that I have grumpy in my program, or that was in my program, are the people that didn't take the time to watch the updated instructional videos or do the homework like they were told to do. Those people get in my program and they use my program as if it was conventional bullshit. They file their stuff, they don't really understand, and they go sit down and wait for them to respond. And then they respond. They respond by moving your ass up on the eviction list to get your shit thrown out in the yard before you figure out that you're screwing up. Because they read what you have. They know how you're supposed to be doing that. At the end of the day, if you connect what you were already doing to my stuff, you just shot yourself in the foot, and you might as well just lock yourself up or go throw your shit in the yard. Because the only thing they're going to talk about is their bullshit. You already know that. If you put it on there anywhere, it's the only thing they want to talk about. Now, for the people who tell me, oh, yeah, I want to use to stop that or whatever, the thing that you need to remember, that if you don't stop the shit that happened at the gate, it's going to be too late. You can do all of these things and stop these things, but if you don't stop the reason why they're able to get these things done, then they're still going to be operating over here. If you don't add the parties that's actually paying, and the parties that's actually doing, and the parties that's actually getting paid to rule and give, I had to add that one in because the judge is even a whole separate program right there. And we addressed that in this lawsuit. The judge and the prosecutor both have a conflict of interest because both their asses are paid by the state. I mean, I don't know. Unless I'm not as smart as them. They kicked my ass for a while and I got smarter. Yeah, they both paid by the state. The state's the one that's locking you up. The state's the one using their policies and procedures The states are one that's using statutes and codes to take your property. There aren't valid laws. The states are one that committed real estate deed fraud to get your property in the first place. Yeah. So that's how you go with the state. So I'm going to finish the instructional video and add in the new stuff so that when I make that video tomorrow or the next day, I'll be able to open up all the documents in the package. And the way I do this, for the people who haven't invested, and they'll have opportunity to look at the first page, and then I'll talk about the whole document or things that you need to know. But you only see the first page. For the people who invest in the package, they'll receive in email with the zip file, they'll receive the instructional video where I open the whole, and I go to each page of the document. So that's going to, so if you watch the original, the first video before you invest, keep in mind that when you invest, you'll get a video that's more in detail. I'll show you the whole page. I'll talk about the things that you need to know, whatever. And that way I can do that fair and not give my stuff away to people for free any more than I do that I'm doing. Okay, that was a little cheap shot in the end. I'm selling the sizzle, not the steak. All right. We said hi to Heather, but she's always first one here, so, well, the second one, because, well, no, sometimes she's here before me. Anyway, that starts getting ugly for me real quick there, Heather, so I had to click off of that. Welcome to the show, Kevin. Welcome, Gwendolyn. I hope we came to learn something, little something tonight. Yeah. Well, I'm working on. I actually have a real estate deed fraud lawsuit that I put together that's in the foreclosure defense lawsuit package. So that's pretty cool. And the RICO, I'm working on that. I got a little more studying to do on that one, and we're going to get that handled. But yeah, everything's right underneath that. That's what they're doing, and that's how the whole thing's lined up with your property. Their law says that when your property is transferred, they're supposed to deliver your deed to your house, and it's not conveyed, yada 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 yada, a bunch of fancy words until it's delivered. But what they do is what they call their constructive delivery, and they register your property in their office, and then that registration allows for a illegal lien to be put on it. I don't. This is not the place for this, Cam. You can talk in the study groups at neighbors_coach if you got things you want to talk about. Mr. Perfect, when I ran across that, I almost fell out the chair. And actually, it was pretty cool because my girlfriend, and this video is sponsored by Shattered by Corruption. Yeah, this is just a little taste, like James Brown said, a little something, a little taste of something that we went through to get to make us assholes. But not for you guys, okay? Maybe for people who don't watch the instructional video, some people say I might be a little bit of that thing. But you know what? I mean, you can't be a good coach and sit back and let people. All right, so fraudulent concealment, that's so powerful. And you can go to AI and have them do outline on how, and then just add some of the outline to what you got, because you don't want to use the whole thing off of that shit, because it's set for conventional. But they have a little tit-tat stuff or something up in there. Fraudulent concealment. Yeah, we're going to put that in front of everything because everything that they're doing is just that. And they call it illegal doctrine. Well, everything's illegal doctrine when you get right down to it. But, it's going to be a little hard for the judge to rule against that shit when they know that it tolls the statute of limitations. So I'm just trying to figure out how to make it easy because I don't mind doing whatever it takes, but I ain't trying to work hard than I have to. Thank you, Mr. Perfect. Just here, getting it done. Oh, that came from one of my Facebook pages that I don't use anymore, but I still send stuff over there. Haven't figured that out. Pro Se Legal School. Yeah, this right here. It's oh, criminal, civil, criminal. Oh, and this is free. You're welcome. I know you guys appreciate it. I'm just being silly. Thank you, Kevin. I'm glad to be here, and I love my job. So we hanging out in the situation room tonight because this is a serious situation, and people are going to learn how to stop the prosecutor, federal or state. I don't care. I have more fun with federal. That's the one I know best. State, we just crush their ass. We crushed their ass with a chopper. Okay, I didn't. That's not the right chopper. Hey guys, thank you for the value you're sharing your time. Catch the next video if you guys want to see the front page of the documents and the new Prosecutor Eliminator package update. And next week, I want to hear from some people who added the Supreme Court to something that they had that they were saying whatever. I want to see how if y'all get the same reaction that I got. I got to go do something.